Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Thanks very much for watching.
Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it's May 24th of 2022, and it's 8:17 p.m. I am just running my one computer, my B-Link, that has Windows 11 on it. I have two monitors. By the way, I've got a little rice here, not very much. I'm hungry and my stomach is growling, so if you'll forgive me, I'll have a couple forkfuls. It's raining outside. I think that sounds a little bit like hail. I've rearranged things a little bit. I have here a whiteboard, and it was across on the other side on the wall. I'm not sure if you all saw it from time to time. It's over here. You may see it because I will be hooking up this. Well, it's hooked up now. I will be hooking up, or in the next video, I have both cameras going. This is the AVerMedia camera. I like that. This is also the Logitech Brio over here, and I like that. I've had that a long time. Let's see. What else? I have two cell phones. Google 3A, I think it is, and the other is the Moto G stylus, but it's last year's version. I don't really like using the phone because of a number of reasons. One being I have a lot of hearing loss. It's difficult for me on the phone. And I've purchased too many phones because I watch the reviews and everything, and I think, wow, that'd be neat to have. And so I purchased too many of them. But I would like to have a larger screen. 6 point, whatever it is, what is it, above 6 inches, say 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, something like that. And I'm trying to stop myself from, purchasing another one. Like I said, I don't really need a cell phone. Well, everybody needs one. My memory is so bad. I don't know my phone numbers. I don't know the date of birth of my grown kids. I need a cell phone for, the data that's there that I can pull up. And I take it everywhere I go. We live in an apartment complex. If I take the trash out, I take my cell phone. If I were to go out and collapse in the parking lot and somebody called, 911 or whatever, when the paramedic got here, I wouldn't know, without me having a cell phone, I wouldn't know my phone number. would know my grown son's cell phone number, wouldn't know my ex-wife's telephone number, and everything else. Yeah, I could remember my doctor's name, wouldn't know the phone number. I mean, I need a cell phone, and I think everybody needs a cell phone. I'll be placing an order tonight for 3 pounds of walnuts, for 24 bars of soap, and for some disposable underpads. And I haven't probably finished adding to this list yet. Oh, let's see, Amazon. I definitely need, as you can see, I need an office chair. My office chair broke last week or a couple weeks ago or something. And so I took the folding chair. We have one of the metal folding chairs, and sat on that for 4 days or so. For someone who has hemorrhoids that sometimes bleed, it hurt like hell. So my daughter Hillary, she gave me this one. I guess you can't see it, but it's not exact. It's not a well, let's see if I don't see one like it right now, but it's not, it's not an office chair, it's not a computer chair, but it's better than a metal folding chair. But I'm going to purchase an office chair or a computer chair. And I've said this before in the past. I might as well, think in my mind that I'm just going to have to purchase a new office chair every year. Because they don't last. In the past, when I talk about it quite often, these chairs, they just don't hold up. They're all made in China. I saw a documentary or a report someplace, maybe online, that there are several companies that make these office chairs, and then they sell them through different companies, different names and different prices. I mean, you may think you're getting a $600 chair. Well, you may be paying $600 for it, but it's an identical twin of, something that you're paying $150 for or something. As you can see, I hope to God I don't purchase. I've been thinking about getting a old Dell computer that was used by, businesses, and i7. It's old though, been refurbished. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drive, so forth and so on. And I think what I would do is put Linux on it, but I don't know. I should not be doing. I've messed with Linux from the very beginning. Many times, I've had dual boot, you know, Windows and dual boot Windows and Linux, different versions of Linux. Let's see, what else have I? Well, I know what let's do. Let's look at what's in my wish list. There again, I'm not intending to buy all of these items. I have items here that are so I can find them when I need them or refer them to somebody. If you look at these reviews of chairs, you'll see some chairs that are, excuse me, have 5 stars. And then you notice they'll have like 15 reviews or 20 reviews, something like that. All these chairs that have 2,000, 24,000 or whatever, they never get 5 stars. Now, it looks like a bunch of these get 4.5 stars. But I've had some of these. The Amazon Basic one or whatever. I might buy it again. Not saying that it's good, but anyway, I have the Pixel 4a, and I'm not going to order it, but and you can see it's renewed for $309. I've never purchased anything that was, let me think, I've never purchased anything that's redone, it looks like that Amazon really has good, guarantee or whatever they call it. Looks like it's, but I have not been into that. But I have a Pixel 3a and it's good. But I would like to have a bigger screen. This wavelength docking station, I have one. In fact, it's hooked up, hooked up to this computer. Now, this Google Pixel 3 XL, it looks good. I have, which I never use. I've had like the Amazon tablets, and I think they have a brand new one just out now or coming out. I think there's one that has been announced, and if you order now, you can get it, later in the month or something. And they're a good deal, but I never use it. The only time I use it, in fact, it's laying around here someplace. Finally, it charged back up. It's laying over on the bed. Now I mentioned in a video, I have one of these pressure cookers, whatever they call them. And it works. I purchased it back a few years ago, and I mentioned this before. My ex-wife objected to it. We share an apartment here, all three of us pay on it. She objected to it being in, of course, the kitchen is sort of her domain, and she just, because it was my idea, I think, she just objected to it, and then her excuse was that it took up space in there. Well, she's not organized at all. There's packages of bread here, there's stuff here, stuff all over, you know, the whole thing is not organized. But, so I've got it sitting here in my room, up on top of my little refrigerator. And this one for $169. I think eventually I'm going to get that. And I've always liked these library or the banker's desk lamps, so I may get one of those one of these days. I mentioned this before. I have 5 or 6, not counting what we're using. I'm using 2 monitors. My son just went to got a new laptop, and he hasn't hooked up one of the monitors up. My ex-wife, whenever she needs a monitor, I give her one, but I have 5 or 6 on the floor here lined up. One of the ones that I have is, most of them are LG. There's one Viewsonic, and I kind of like it. I've used it, and so I sure don't need to get another one. But this is a Viewsonic 27 inch, 165 gigahertz or hertz. I love these tactical flashlights, and I've told you that over my career of 30 years of hospital security and having my own patrol service for a year, and working as a reserve police officer for many years, I went through a whole bunch of these, you know, tactical flashlights, and they're great. And I have, okay, can you actually reach over for this one? So, and then I have, I'm not sure if you call this a tactical flashlight or not. I think it would be, because, you know, this is all metal, aluminum, I guess, but the light is blue on it. But and I've had a bunch of these tactical lights that I actually, when I was doing reviews for on Amazon, companies would send me, and I would do a review, and then I would, after I got a couple of these, 2 or 3 for myself, I gave them to our neighbors. This apartment complex has 2 maintenance guys. I gave both of them one, and one guy lost his or something happened, I gave him another one. I am a river unto my people. You probably saw I've got 2 of these mouse pads. You know, I buy them. Of course, I'm using a small one here now. But even the small ones kind of get in the way. And the big ones definitely. I'm going to take one more bite. I mentioned I have a B-link. It's working well now. If you've been a viewer for a while, you know in the very beginning when I got it, there was audio problems with it. I should have returned it. I eventually managed to, take care of the problem. I think this is a wavelength that I have. Yeah, because it shows here last purchased March 23 of 2022. I think this Chromebook has gotten awful good reviews. I had a Chromebook, Chrome operating system, a laptop. I hated it. I use these garbage bags, they're clear, and I did have two in my room, well, of the wire thing, and then these bags go in it. But I finally took one out. Well, then I had it for a long time in the bathroom. And then finally I took it out on the patio because we put food out there for the cats. And my Darlene puts sometimes food on a paper plate or something, and I set it out there. And then the wind comes and blows the paper plates, and there are a whole bunch of paper plates out there. And so I put one of those things out there to I've got quite a few tools. I mean, not nearly what a real man would have, but I have quite a few tools. And I really, it's hard to find what I need. I've got them in several containers. It seems like every time I need something, it's, buried under something else. Got a lot of tools and, small things. And, now here's something too I was thinking about, this B-Link GK5500 mini PC. And I was thinking of getting it and then just putting Linux on it. Here's another one, inexpensive one, that I have on my list. Sometimes I would like to go to Apple, and because I've been using, Microsoft and Windows and all this crap for so long. I used to say for a long time, Windows, they shouldn't be able to charge for their program until it's operational, till basically it's bug-free, but they would keep putting out, versions, and we'll all keep, buying it and using it. And then eventually with, I forget what version it was, there was something I said, oh, okay, now, now it works, I think this is the HyperX that I used microphone, and I wasn't happy with it, happy with the way it looked and stuff, but let's see, it doesn't say I use, so let's see, bestseller, nope, so I forget which one I used. I have this, by the way. It's over here, and I just have not found a way to integrate it into, boy, this thing gets hot. I've mentioned that before. That camera gets really hot, but it's been operating, like a lot of times, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the G10 is the, no, I take that back. This is not, it's on the shelf right now. Okay. I have two of these, I believe it is. 31 ounce. And I need to buy, or I need to purchase one of these. And maybe I need, maybe instead I need the, I can't afford to buy them all at once. They're kind of expensive. Well, I have two of these. They work great. I've lost some weight, and I've been using this, and like in the morning, I open a can of soup, put it in, cook it 3.5 minutes on the microwave with this snaps down, but the vent open so it doesn't explode. And I could use another one. I may add that to my order tonight. And it looks like this one is like $18. I'm not sure if you get two of those. Let's see. If it's two of them, I'll go ahead and order two. But this one up here is $20. And I think I'm going to order one of those. Maybe not tonight. Let's see, here's another Viewsonic. 27 inch, 1440p. Not sure. Okay, I guess this is not the, but one like this. I ordered one for my room a while back. I don't see it listed there, but because so I may have ordered a different one, and they're showing me this one, but I'm not sure if my grown son and myself, if we got the same one or not, but the metal strips here on both that support the mattress, they broke on both beds. The metal is very, very thin. It's very, I started out life a welder for many, many years. I've had a lot of jobs, but really there's so little, well, I wish I had, you can get them fairly inexpensive welders now. I'd like to have one. At least I could. But what I need to do is just order a better one. And let's see here. How long have I been doing this? Oh, only 30 minutes. It seems like, I guess for you, it seems like worse. I think somehow I skipped. Oh, here's one of the welders. Not bad because, you know, I started out, you know, stick welding. And I started out in life too. Once I started out, I purchased a metal, and with a gas, I you know, made my own welding table and stuff. And this would be a really nice, you know, of course, God, I'd hate to, you know, I mean, I'd be careful, but I'd hate to start a fire. Hillary has purchased land and purchased a, well, they don't call it a mobile home, but it, you know, that's what it is. On it, a new one. Although it's sat vacant for a long time, which is kind of suspicious. I mean, somebody purchased the land, somebody had the, what do they call it? Anyway, had the, let's call it mobile home, put it on there, and the person never used it. But of course it aged and everything. And Hillary thinks in 2 or 3 years that she'll have a place built for my son James, for Darlene, the ex-wife, and for myself. I don't think I'm going to make it 3 years, but you never know. But I would like to have the welding machine. Could do a lot. It's her place is away from Fort Worth. It's within driving distance, but it's away from Fort Worth. And if I make it out there, I'm going to put up a weather station. And I think I'll put up some type of a repeater, amateur radio repeater. They have a amateur radio club out there. I mean, I'll join it, of course. I haven't joined it yet, but I will. And of course they have repeaters. So, but I'd like to configure the repeater that I put up, tie it in with the weather, and a camera, of course, and just to, you know, play around with. But that's a ways off. There's a possibility when she gets out there, well, she's out there now, but when she gets out there, there's a possibility that we could set up a weather station, and she could control it with her computer from there, but I could also control it with my computer from wherever I am. And I would just like to, you know, play with it and tie it in somehow, I guess, with YouTube. Yeah, with a camera on it, there's some wildlife out there, so you won't be watching, well, you could be watching eagles, but there's a website, a YouTube site I think it's YouTube. Where it's like in New York City, I think. And these eagles lay their eggs right on the building, on a ledge or something like that. And thousands of people watch them, lay the eggs, take care of the eggs, and watch for the baby eagles to hatch out and everything. Okay, I've been talking 35 minutes. Thank you very much for watching.